Boom. Got my first 8 books from a garage sale. Gosh, you know, garage sales, they, not only do you meet weirdos that or eccentric people, or however you want to categorize them, buying stuff, but the people selling, sometimes I don't think they realize that they have it's a garage sale and it is the cheapest place to buy anything. And you have a garage sale because you're trying to get rid of stuff, not because you're trying to make money off of stuff. If you want to make money off of stuff, sell it on Craigslist or step it up and go to eBay or Amazon. If you're just trying to get rid of it and you want to make a little bit of pocket change so you can go have a nice dinner that night, then you have a garage sale. You're trying to create more space, move your junk or stuff that you don't want anymore. You're not trying to make a bunch of money. That's my take on it anyway. You know, I'm gonna have a garage sale soon, in, I don't know, a month or two, because we want to get rid of stuff, not because we want to make a bunch of money or squeak out a nice profit. You know, if we make $100 from the garage sale, 150 bucks, we're happy, but we're more happy that we got rid of stuff that we no longer need or use. To the first garage sale where they said they had VHS tapes, and they did have VHS tapes, but they were in this, they were sort of taped up in this big cabinet thing, and so they had to go get the scissors to uncut it. That's fine, whatever. And then about half of them, more than half of them, were just blank tapes that had been taped on to a lot of, you know, stuff I couldn't use. I did find the box set of Star Wars, and I looked it up, and it was going for used. The cheapest was just under $14, and the one that I found, it was in pretty good shape, so I pay $1 for it, and I'll still be worth it. But the son, the young guy who was pulling it out, was like, "Oh, how much is it going for online?" And I'm like, "Well," I told him, you know, $13 to $53 new, and he's like, "Oh, I can't believe VHS going for that much." And then I was like, "Okay, so how much do you want for it?" And he's like, $5. $5? Are you kidding me? For VHS tape? Well, 3 of them, but nonetheless. And I was like, "I'll give you $1." And he's like, "Okay, $3. And I was like, "No, I'll give you $1." So he wouldn't budge apparently from $3 for the VHS tapes. These are tapes that have been probably in that taped away or boxed away for a very long time, and no one had seen them or cared about them. You know, and he was willing to part with it for $1. You know, talking about garage sale here. Usually I see VHS tapes for 50 cents a piece. So at most, charge me $1.50, cut it down to $1, because it's a garage sale, guys. If the lowest FBA price was 20 bucks or higher, I might have considered $3, but even then I probably still wouldn't have paid because it's VHS tape. But the fact that he found out that it was going for some money was probably why I can't believe he said $5. He's nuts. Once again, you know, you're trying to get rid of stuff. So take the money that you can take. Take $1. Because I'm telling you, people that are going there are not going to buy VHS tapes. Be lucky that you're getting $1 for it and that you got it out of there. It doesn't make any sense to me. You know, go sell it online yourself then. So I'm off to the bag sale. I'm a little bit early, but let's see if I can sneak in a little bit early and get out of there quicker. Bag filled and overflowing for $1. Found some incredible stuff. This one alone I think is 25 bucks. Found all of this Chicano, these Chicano sort of textbooks of Chicano politics and society. Ones like this, American Realities, The Chicano Experience, Hope and Frustration, Interviews with Leaders of da-da-da-da. I mean, also some random stuff like this novel, which is going for good money. Barrio Gangs. I don't think that one's going for as much. The Fragmented Dream, Multicultural Californians. Basically, ethnic study student's dream. This one I've sold before. Twilight. Look at this one. Racism and Race Relations. Born in Blood and Fire. So it seems like someone just offloaded or donated their entire Latin American Chicano Studies collection. And this one, look at this one, it's really messed up. But it's going for great money. This one is, it's hard to, I'm not sure. It's got so many, it's got underlining, lots of marginalia. Lincoln, of course. American Immigration and Ethnic History. So yeah, of course you got to get a Far Side for your kid. So yeah, it was quite a haul for $1. Holy crap, that was a crazy bag sale. Crazy in the sense of that I found quite a collection of school-related books going for great money. I was really blown away by the amount of books that I found for going for great profits. Usually at that place, I don't find those types of books. And I don't think I'll find it in a month the next time I go, unless, you know, they just happen to be getting those types of books. It's rare to go to this particular book sale and find so many profitable books. Usually I can walk away with a good amount of profit, like make, you know, maybe 80, 100 bucks of profit off of the books that I find there. Usually I get a bag or two, but today was just crazy. I mean, you know, one bag with lots and lots of great books. It was all in one or two boxes, just had a bunch of those Chicano studies, ethnic studies, Latin American studies books that are used largely for classes. So those should, if they don't sell in the next couple months, they should sell in August or January next year, but they'll definitely sell for good money. So something weird happened at this sale. I was looking through books, scanning, and this woman came up to me and stuck out her hand and said, "Hi, I am so-and-so." And of course, I'm really bad, so I don't remember her name. And I was like, "Oh, hi," and shook her hand, because it's so weird for someone to do that in general in life, out in public, but especially while you're at a book sale. She says, "Oh, I see you're scanning." "Oh, I am too." And she, you know, wiggles her phone and says, "Are you with so-and-so?" And she said some acronym like MMW or WWA or something. I don't know. It was like 3 letters, and I didn't know what she was talking about. And I said, "What do you mean with whoever?" And she says, "Oh, you know, he such and such," and she named off a name, and I'm just totally confused, so I don't know what she's talking about. And then she says, basically, guy puts on courses, I guess, about how to do retail arbitrage. Not books, but sell other things on Amazon. I guess he's there locally. I'm assuming because of the city I was in that it's sort of a local thing, and the people that are selling online or selling on Amazon are taking this guy's course to learn about how to do things like toys and whatnot. So she said all that, and then was like, "Yeah, I'm learning books. I don't know. I'm learning how to look at books, but there's so many, I don't know where to start." Almost as if, like, you know, basically saying I need someone to teach me. And I was like, "Oh," and I kind of like told her a few things. "Oh, well, you know, mostly nonfiction, skip most of the fiction. You know, if the books look real beat up or really old, I usually skip those unless something stands out to me." You know, I was just giving her some basic pointers, and she's like, "Oh, okay," but she didn't seem to really, it all seemed a bit overwhelming to her, which I understand. Making these videos on YouTube, I realized that I'm helping my competition, because everybody else that is selling out there, all of you watching this that sell, are my competition in terms of, I mean, you know, in the country, or even some people watch this in other countries. So you're not really my direct competition, but you are my competition if you send in a book on the same listing as I send in. It's not really like competition. We're not, you know, cutthroat or anything like that, or really hurting each other by competing against each other with books, because chances are with the amount of books that Amazon has, that we'll never even be on the same listing, or we'll never find the same books. So, or rarely. So, you know, I feel like making these videos and offering advice and tips, I think by offering solid advice and good tips, it helps all of us to become better booksellers, so we sell books you know, books for good profit and we do things quote unquote the right way, etc. Finding someone that is in the same area that I live, or at least kind of close to where I live, because this was not the city I live in, but you know, it's about 15-20 minutes away. I feel like, oh well, what if I were to, you know, help her? Like, what if we went out what if we went out sourcing together and I taught her? Because I feel like that's really not a good idea, because she might end up becoming my direct competition. Although on the same note, you know, I'm not going to tell her all the places I go to source. I wouldn't. And you know, I live in a highly populated area, so there's so many books and so many sourcing locations that I don't think that's an issue. But still, it feels kind of weird, I have to say. Also because I usually just don't talk to anybody. No one talks to me when I'm out sourcing. That's kind of what I like about it. Do my own thing, get in, get out. It was strange, to say the least. And it's just kind of interesting to me that someone was putting on a course for how to do retail arbitrage locally. They're not doing it online, but they're doing it locally. So I guess they're tapping into that local market. But I don't know how much he charges, or if it's worth his time, but apparently it is. I mean, if you get 10 people and you're charging $100 or $50, you know, make $500 to $1,000 for maybe an hour or two. I mean, I guess it's worth it if it's your thing. But why not just do the arbitrage instead of doing the classes? So now I'm off to see if I can buy some CDs from this guy off of Craigslist. Contacted him last night via text and he responded this morning, and he lives pretty close to where I am, and he's got a bunch of boxes of CDs, but I don't know from the photos on Craigslist whether there are any profitable ones in there, so I gotta look through and see if it's worth it. So let's check it out. Boom. 550 CDs, $120, 27 cents a CD. Let's do it. I looked through, oh geez, maybe a little bit less than a box full, and found enough profitable ones to make it worth it. And the ones that are not worth it, I'm gonna go and try to get some cash for them at a local record store, who also sells on Amazon, but they do merchant fulfilled. So I'll go through all these, 550. Even if I get, let's say, 10 to 20%, what's 10%? 55? We'll see. I found a few that were worth a lot more than others. A few that I can sell between, you know, $8 and $10, and some others that are going for more like $20. So it's gonna average out. If I can at least triple my money, it was worth it. Also, you know, for personal use, I get some CDs out of the deal, some music. So not only did I get a big lot of CDs, I also made a contact. The guy that sold me the CD says that he gets a big lot, at least that much, if not more, at least every 3 to 4 months. He apparently had another guy who would drive all the way from another city, which was several hours away, who was selling the CDs on Amazon. But I guess they lost contact, or the guy stopped selling CDs, or who knows what. But this guy told me, he was like, well, you know, they're yours. We can just skip Craigslist and I'll just call you directly when I have another lot. And I'm like, cool. Sounds good to me. So here's my thing. Like, imagine I'm getting like 5 to 10 people like this who you have contacts, who you have connection with, who can just call you every few months, every month, say, I have a bunch of books, I have a bunch of VHS tapes, I have a bunch of CDs, whatever it is. Here they are. You want them? And there you go. You know, without having to go out and look for all the stuff yourself. So mixing that in with me going out and sourcing by myself is what I always dreamed of. It's pretty exciting. So I'm going to go through all the CDs. So it's going to be work. You know, I think there's a debate about whether it's worth getting lots, and whether it's worth investing the time, that sort of thing. For me, it is. I enjoy going through CDs, and the ones that are not, the ones that either I cannot sell on Amazon, or I don't want for personal use, I'm gonna put them all together and go to a local record shop that advertises on their website that they buy used records, CDs, etc., and they offer cash for them or in-store credit. So I'm gonna prefer cash. Let's say I can pull 75 to 100, no, 75 to 100, hopefully 100 out of this that I can sell on Amazon. Let's say 100, and then the other 440, if I go to this place, that's a lot, you know, and if I can get even $100, hopefully a lot more, but if I could get, I mean, 450, 400 CDs, even 50 cents, $200 right there. So if I can turn the ones that I'm not selling on Amazon into the money that I spent, which was $120 on the lot, then I can break even, and everything else that I make on Amazon is profit. That's my idea anyway. We'll see. So it's pretty exciting. Got all those books. Probably got, all told, 35 to 40 books between the yard sale and the bag sale. I'm just hoping that I can make these connections. I should get business cards. I really should. So yeah, I got a lot of work to do now, a lot of listing to do, and to get that next shipment out. So hopefully you're out there sourcing, finding some good stuff, making some connections. You know, I went out of my comfort zone. I don't always go on Craigslist. I go to look, but I don't always contact people. I'm a little bit hesitant, but I just said, you know what, I got to take this to the next level. And I contacted the guy last night. He let me know this morning, and it's that quick. In less than 10-12 hours I had these CDs. So it's definitely worth it to kind of step out of your comfort zone. It's the only way for me that I'm going to build this up bigger and faster is if I make these connections. So let's do it. Remember, keep booking. Sucio.